to They Call Us Villains. All right, and we're back for another edition of They Call Us Villains. I'm with the Corporal and DJ.
Yo.
All right, fellas. Let's talk about Dodgers. Let's talk about them taking the NL West. Are we ready to crown them World Series champs? I am.
I am. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm usually like the guy who's the Debbie Downer, the bad news Brian, obviously. I'm ready to, this is their year. Like if they don't get it done this year, then it's a jinx or something's going on because we're not going to accept that 2020 title.
Or they're cheating. I'll say that.
Dodgers fan. Or the other team's cheating. Or playing the Astros again, like I predicted last week.
Yeah.
It's the rematch 7 years later, and for some reason they end up beating us again. That's why I see it.
Man, we've been spoiled, right? I mean, and I get it. It's just our conference title, but man, what is it? 11 out of 12 years, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, what an accomplishment, And I don't know. I was telling my wife, I'm like, I don't know if it's our division that it's just. But I mean, no. I mean, the Padres, these last couple of years, they've been on our tails. The Giants, were also very competitive for many years. Winning it yesterday, I think it just takes that stress off these last 3 games. They could just coast. They could lose whatever. I know that I think they're up right now against the Rockies, but I mean, they
were up 10-1. Something ridiculous like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that and we were texting each other about Freeman rolling his ankle. Like kind of.
That was rough.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it's nothing too bad. And then we get him soon. It comes back, but yeah. When the only thing that I'm gonna say is when the Padres beat us on that triple play and they clinched the spot. That kind of, I was like,
Yes, that was hard to take.
Yeah, man. But you know what? We got the last laugh left. Well, we're good for right now.
Because the Dodgers. Dodgers took the Rockies 11-4. So.
Oh, nice. Right
and then the Phillies lost 9-1 to the Nationals. So we're pretty much we're 2 games up now for the home field advantage.
Oh man, we'll take anything, like, we gotta, like you're saying, Corporal, we gotta win it this year, dude. I don't know, we gotta everybody pray collectively or something. I don't know, like, we just gotta win it.
I think the difference this year is Ohtani. I mean, Ohtani is like the fire right now. He's the one getting everybody riled up and getting everybody competitive. And I mean, like I said it last year, I mean, this guy, he does it all. I mean, well, he's not going to pitch this season, or for the postseason, I should say. But it's still impressive. I mean, what he's done all year, besides the 50-50. I mean, just he's the catalyst. He's the catalyst because without him, it'll just be kind of it would have been a nice season, and we could have probably gotten bounced out that first round. They might even face the Padres this first round in the DS. So it's still uncertain who they're going to face, but I mean, these other National League teams are tough too. I mean, the Padres are in, the Phillies are in, and the Brewers. You can never discount the Brewers either.
Yeah, he's 53, 57 now.
Crazy, man. Unreal.
Yep.
Yeah. Monster numbers.
Probably won't get broken for a while, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, that's not happening for a while. I mean, just the home runs alone. I mean, all those home runs that he hit. I know Judge has more than him, but I mean, to hit home runs and steal bases, that's pretty remarkable. It's usually you have a guy who hits for average, tries to get on base, a speedster. I mean, he just does it all. I mean, once he gets on base, he's gonna steal the base. He's gonna steal second. He's gonna go for third. I mean, you hit a nice little bloop shot, and I mean he's already running third. It's just he's so good. I mean, yeah, we're Dodger fans. We're gonna be a little biased, but we're watching our generation. Like we talked about last time, Commish. We're watching our generation's Babe Ruth. He's a legend. He's definitely a legend.
When he first got signed, and I remember hearing the price tag, I was like, "What? Why are we paying that much for this guy?"
Oh man,
He's worth every penny. I mean, he's proven it this year. Like I said, and besides his ability on the field, the catalyst. I mean, you can tell these guys are having fun playing baseball. He's getting everybody fired up. The Dodgers, I think if Ohtani, I'm being realistic here too. If Ohtani wasn't here this season, I think the Padres would have swept the Dodgers in his last series and would have taken the West, because the Padres were playing with house money. They were like, okay, well, we're in regardless, but they always have our number. And they had at the coming into Tuesday, they had the season series over us, so they had the tiebreaker. So all they needed really to do is win 2 games. The Dodgers would have lost some games in Colorado, flip flop, and I mean we're the Dodgers in the wild card. It's crazy.
yeah. Corporate, you're talking about Ohtani and his the energy he brings. Watching the game last night, he looked, to me, he looked like a very chill, mild mannered type of individual. But man, last night he let that emotion go, and he was like, okay, watch us win, and I like that about him. That to me shows that, like, he's in it, he's here to win, and man, like, I hope this energy and momentum just carries them up through October, all the way through to the World Series, because yeah, man, I mean, if he helps us win it, like, give him the crown, like one of the all-time greatest, Dodger for in a while. But
not only that, I think he would be king of LA, like the real king, and I'm not talking about LeBron. Like he will be the king of LA. He will be the king of LA.
Like right now, I would have to say it's still Kobe.
He has murals now. I know, but I mean, the fans here in LA, everybody's so hungry for a World Series. There's that 2020 World Series. Like, it was nice. It was cool. Yeah. I remember driving from work and listening to the final outs that Urias was pitching, and got home right on time. Made it because it was COVID time, so I was the only one on the highway practically on the 10. And got home and got to see him throw that last pitch for the strikeout, and it was great. It was gravy, and that was nice. But you couldn't go out on the street. You couldn't really celebrate. You couldn't really take it in. And obviously, you had everybody else who's a fan of baseball is gonna say, "Oh, well, it's an asterisk title and shortened season, and it doesn't count." And yeah, like I said, I mean, I'll say the same thing about the Lakers. Sorry, DG. I say the same thing. So like, if I'm gonna throw stones at the Lakers, and I have to receive the stones back from Laker fans too, saying like, well, yeah, you're right. Like, if I'm not gonna give the Lakers that 2020 bubble title, I'm definitely not gonna like really represent. I mean, there was joy, no doubt, but it's like, come on, let's see the full fledged, like, they earned it, and then watch them win it. And then everybody's going to come out, oh, well, they got the highest payroll in baseball. They got the best player in the game. And it's like, hey, just bring it. Just bring on the hate, because I don't even care. Just give me the title. Just give me the title.
Yeah, it was definitely – I mean, I didn't really count those titles, those COVID titles. It wasn't exciting.
It was a weird time, right? I mean, it's like –
it was a weird time. Yeah. Even politically, too, it was a weird time.
Yeah. No, I mean But I mean, in the same token, and we're just going in circles again. But like, anybody could have won it then, right? Everybody
had to win.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, somebody had to win. Yeah.
But I'm with you guys. Like, I'm like, I want a real, like, if with fans, the whole thing,
Yeah.
And I'll be like, okay, that was like the Rams, like hey, opponent, full on, stadium. So. Yeah, those asterisk championships are like, yeah, they're nice, but I'll wait. I'll wait for the real one.
How are you guys feeling about the pitching now going into the postseason?
Go ahead, Corporal.
Still a little in distress myself, but I mean, like I said before,
yeah, you were saying last week.
Yeah, because they need this extra week to get some rest. I mean, they need to get Kershaw back up there. I mean, any form of Kershaw at this point is welcome, even if he's not going to be his prime Kershaw. But you just need some arms out there. I know they can pick it up on offense. I know they got the offense going. I mean, they're hitting, they're running, they're Ohtani stealing bases, hitting home runs. Betts is getting hot. Even Kike showed me something yesterday. Kike was coming. He came through. Will Smith is like on fire. So I think I think that they're gonna give up runs, but I think the Dodgers have the potential to come back and win. They have that potential to make it interesting. It's not like last year where the offense was just lame duck. It's just nothing happened. They couldn't even. I mean, your top two hitters, Betts and Freeman, couldn't get a hit. And so now it's different. I think they're playing more of a small ball. They're definitely moving around moving around runners or getting on base. It just all starts from Ohtani. Ohtani sets the tone, and then everybody else is coming up. And the guy that they really need to get back healthy, obviously, I mean, this week they need that bye week for Freddie Freeman. He got injured yesterday due to stepping on first with his ankle. I mean, he was hustling. You got to give him credit. I mean, they had the lead, and he was just trying to like obviously play for insurance runs because it was shaky. But it's good to see that your players out there are still playing hard regardless. And it's too bad for Freddie, but I think he's gonna be back. I think he should be fine. Give him a week rest. I mean, these guys have like outstanding training and trainers and medical professionals and whatnot, so I think he should be good to go. But the pitching. I mean, I'm a little worried, but my pack meter is like, no, I'm good. Like I know they got the offense this year to balance everything out.
Hey, Corporal, I was going to say they should send Freeman to Germany or out there, with those experimental treatments, like McCaffrey. Wasn't he out there for like a week or something?
Yeah.
I guess we'll touch that a little bit later, but
we'll touch on that.
As far as pitching, you know what? I'm on the same page. Pretty worried, but I feel like our offense is just going to take over. Fingers crossed. We're still hurting. We still need our some arms back. The time off is definitely going to help. But I think our offense is just going to catapult us, through. But it's every season. Every season we're like something's wrong with our pitching. Something happens. Somebody gets hurt. We just can't get it together. But with what we have, we just got to make do. And that's all it is. So. Hopefully the boys pull through.
And I wish I could remember which season it was where basically we could have won it, but then all the bats just went cold, and then the last couple of games.
That was like 2019. 2019.
Yeah,
they only won one game. That was a 2019 series against the Red Sox, and Mookie Betts was a bar of that World Series. No, 2017 was the Astros. Was it 2018? Because 2019 was the Washington Nationals.
It was around that time. It was around that.
It was 2018. It was. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the 2018 World Series because I know they lost to the Astros in 17. Yeah,
we had Seager. We had Bellinger.
Bellinger.
Man.
Yeah, 18 was Red Sox Dodgers. So
the 19 was Washington Nationals won the World Series. Yeah, they were the wild card team that year. So I always get them mixed up for some reason. But 2018's at Red Sox, and that was when we got Mookie Betts the following year. We're like, hey, dude, like come on over.
We've been knocking on that door for a while now. We've been knocking on it. I think this is the year. I'll keep my fingers crossed.
We all are totally.
But like we've been saying for months now, it's like, okay, regular season done. Let's see what these guys do in the postseason.
I'm so hyped up for the postseason.
let's. I hope they don't just strike out and get bounced in the first. Because I don't know if I'll be upset, but I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay.
I
Right.
might punch a wall. If that happens, oh my god.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, it really is. But I mean, I guess that's why we're fans, right?
I'm expecting a World Series like here. Like if they get bounced on the first one, oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean,
last year sucked.
I feel like it's been such a special season that even if they don't win the World Series, it's still a great season. But I mean, man, we gotta at least contend, I think.
Yeah, they have to get out of the first round. Yeah. I think that once they get out of the first round, I think they'll have a really good chance at going all the way to the World Series and hopefully winning it all. It's just you got to get out of that. You got to get over that hump, and that's the last 2 years they haven't gone over that hump. Let's see if third time's a charm. Let's see.
Or get rid of Roberts.
Oh my god, I can't believe he's still there. I mean, I guess he doesn't. He just manages the game. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to get rid of him like at all, So I mean, that argument of like get rid of him, it's not. There's no validity to that.
Yeah, no, he's just running their analytics basically.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, but that's what every Major League Baseball manager is now. I mean, look at the NFL too. You got to look at the NFL. A lot of these guys are going for it on fourth down now. That was unheard of back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you would have guys punting, or I mean, there's like with the Reds, the Commanders, their last 2 games didn't even punt. It's crazy. Wow. It's crazy. It's everything is analytics now. Everything, even fantasy football is analytics. And I try to okay, I listen to the analytics, but I want to see things for myself. I'm a visual, hands-on type of person. Like I want to see things for myself. I can't just. That's why I know we're going into the NFL now, but into a little bit of fantasy football. But that's why I stopped listening to the big. I guess you can say the big corporate type of fantasy football podcast, like ESPN specifically, because that's all they do. They reach into analytics. Okay, well, this is projected as this, and you're paying attention to the projections, and their projections are constantly wrong, constantly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just info. You got to take that info, and this was always my frustration with Roberts is that you take the info, you take the analytics, but then you also take your gut into it. You take that intuition.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like you look at the situation, you're like, I feel like the momentum's with us. Let's keep them in, or let's do this. You know what I mean? Instead of just following the numbers.
I give them a mulligan for last year because last year they had no pitching, no pitching. Kershaw was terrible. They didn't have Buehler, and then they.
Oh, did he cut off?
Whoa.
I think Dave Roberts cut his connection off.
Cut his mic off. Hey, quick question for you. With this, Corporal, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you cut off for a second.
Is it my internet?
I think it's just you.
Yeah. Well, commission.
Yeah.
We're talking about these, teams going for the fourth down.
Fourth, yeah.
Yeah. Do you like that? Do you like that? Hey, rolling the dice. Let's just.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I love it. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, you know what? You're going for it. You're gonna. Let's see if it happens. And it's the defense. The defense of hey, if you stop them, hey, we're gonna shove it down your throat. We're gonna keep it. So I'm all for that. I love teams going for it. And
every time it used to be 4th and 1, I used to get so frustrated to be like,
when they would kick,
it's 1 yard. You can get a yard. You can run the yard. Just do it.
Yeah. But sometimes that's the longest yard, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's extra brutal when they get to stop.
Yeah.
What's brutal is like when
what do you think?
Yeah.
What's brutal is like when it's 3rd and 1. And then they get the stop on 3rd and 1, and then it's 4th and 1, and they get the stop again. It's like
you had 2 chances.
Yeah.
And you mess it up.
Oh man.
Yeah, I like the fact that they go for it on 4th down, but sometimes you just need to kick the field goal. I'm sorry.
No.
Or punt it and just play the field position like DG said. Yeah, run your defense out there and have your defense get a stop.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that's football.
All right, let's transition to the NFL. What are you guys' thoughts? So we had the
Go ahead,
Cowboys
DG.
and Giants yesterday.
Oh man, you know what? I was watching that game, but I don't know if it was just I was flying in, so I was kind of watching it in the plane and in the airport. I couldn't get into it, man. Like I know it's a big rivalry,
No,
but it kind of I don't know, like something just wasn't. I don't know. I guess maybe
is it
it's just
because the
me.
Giants are having a really bad season?
I think it's because they're both having a bad season that I'm just like I'm like I could care less who wins maybe, but I thought the Cowboys were just gonna destroy them and you know they won by a couple, so I mean, but yeah, I don't know, kind of a weird start to at least for me to week 4, but yeah, what are your thoughts, Corporal?
So I mean, yeah, it was a tough game to swallow. Obviously, is even Al Michaels is having like a fit, like with the
Yeah.
referees calling so many penalties and the offensive linemen down the field. That's a tough penalty. I heard that this is like the first season where they're really enforcing it. So what offensive lineman down the field, illegal man downfield. So it's like, what if he goes down 1 yard? That's a
Mm,
penalty. In college, is 3 yards. But they're calling it a lot this year, and
Oh,
I've
they
seen
didn't
that a
call it
lot.
before.
So they weren't really by the book on it. They were just kind of letting it go. But this
Mm.
season, for some reason, the referees have been calling it a lot more. I don't know who's I don't know if it's the commissioner who's like telling them like to implement it a lot more,
Yeah,
or who's behind that, because even the analysts were saying that this is the first year where those calls are getting called constantly on the constant.
so
So, but
someone gave
yeah,
the order.
right. Yeah, it was disturbing the order, and there was just so many. There's been so many injuries too. You saw Michael Parsons go down. I mean, even Malik
yeah.
Neighbors got knocked out the last on a last incomplete pass. That was tough to watch. It's just tough watching these guys play, and there's like constant injuries. I know it's a physical game, but it just goes to show it's something's going on where these guys are not. I don't know if it's like the equipment or the field or
The
just
turf monster.
nutrition. Something's going on. There's just way too many injuries, and they're trying to make the game less physical. I mean, they're blowing the whistle on certain plays. You can't rough the quarterback. I mean, it's interesting to see how many injuries there are. I mean, it's like a laundry list now. It's just there's so many injuries.
That's a good question. I wonder if maybe because there was no preseason, but then there was a lot of injuries during the preseason before, so maybe all those injuries just got moved up to the regular season.
It's kind of like a catch-22 commission. You're right,
Yeah.
exactly. So a lot of guys are saying a lot of the starters don't play in preseason, so they're not really game ready. And it's barely we're barely going into week 4.
No,
So I mean, we're definitely seeing the effects of a lot of these guys not playing in preseason, like you said, commission. You're absolutely right. And so they've been wanting to get rid of the preseason, but then this is showing that you kind of do need the preseason. And then they were talking about today how the Chiefs, that they're so dominant because they practice in pads or physical during practice. A lot of teams are not physical anymore, so a lot of teams they're shorts, shirts, whatnot, with just helmets, and they're not as physical. It's not that much tackling, but I guess Andy Reid runs it old school, where it's like you're gonna get physical.
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
It's interesting theory. That's what I gotta say.
Hey, I'm gonna go on a little rant right here because you started talking about refs and these calls. The Chiefs shouldn't be undefeated, okay? Because Sunday's game against the Falcons, you know, Corporal, I think you mentioned it last. You talked about it last week. That you thought the Falcons were gonna win that game. Man, these refs are giving the Chiefs every call, you know, and it's like okay, I get it, yeah, like once in a while, but now it's like been 3 games or you know, and it's like, man, come on, like we all know what's going on here. You know, the Chiefs are the NFL's golden pony, so you know, it's like, come on, but yeah, dude, I don't know, what's going on with these refs, but man, the Chiefs are getting or they get bailed out a lot more, you know, so yeah, that's my. I don't know. The Chiefs should have lost at least one of those 3 games. What do you
I
think?
couldn't
Purple
agree
or
more.
Commission?
I couldn't agree more, especially this last game against the Falcons. That was a very frustrating game, and I don't have no dog in the
Yeah,
race. I
same.
mean,
Yeah.
our Rams won. I was happy, but
Yeah.
that was one of my picks. I was like, Falcons are gonna take them by 7
Yeah,
or 3.
you called
A
it. Yeah.
young way cool field goal, but no, it's stupid calls. Like there was some really stupid calls. Like come on, like you're not gonna call both ways. There was an offensive, there was a defensive pass interference in the end zone. I think that was again on London, and they didn't call
Yeah.
it. That
Dude.
was frustrating. That
Yeah,
was frustrating. I was like, man, you got to call that. If you're gonna call it both ways, you got to call it, man.
That's a game-changing call right there. You know,
That was a game-changing call.
for sure. For sure.
That really got me upset. Like I was like up in arms. I was like, what is happening? Like I get it.
Yeah.
The word, like I said, it's a conspiracy theory, what have you, with the Chiefs. But dude, there's some calls where it's like, come on, like you got to make the calls on for the opposing team too. What's going on?
Yeah.
Do you feel like the refs in basketball are like more biased, or is it kind of the same as football?
No, I think you know what. With the NBA, I think since they've there's been cases where the referees have gone caught calling calls for
cheating games, right?
Cheating games, yeah. I think
gambling and stuff.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more scrutiny to those refs in the NBA. So I think they call the games a little bit more clean. But I mean, they can't be everywhere at all times. So they're not going to see things. Fouls are not going to be called all the time. But I don't know, like the NFL, I feel like sometimes there's 5 out of how many? I don't know how many refs are on the field at one time, but it's almost like, come on, can you guys get together? I know they get together and they discuss the call, but it's like, all right, if it's wrong, just say, hey, you know what, I got it wrong, or hey, you're wrong. I don't know, dude. It's frustrating.
They got the cameras. I don't understand why they're getting calls wrong if the cameras are right there.
Totally.
Yeah, and they have referees up in the booth too, who whenever they have like this conference with the Zebras, they can call it and say, hey, you know what, guys, this is what it is, and bam, like get back to the game. And they need to do that more often now, where it's like they have to have the guys in the booth, like, because they have a better view, they have all the monitors there, obviously, like radio down to them or microphone or what have you, whatever communication system they use, to see like, hey, you guys missed this. Oh, there was one yesterday. There was one that Daniel Bellinger, the tight end for the Giants. They call him on a face mask, and it was against the Cowboys. It was the other way.
Yeah,
and
it was the other way.
They got the wrong guy, so they need to fix that. That was bad. That I mean, any play in the NFL at this point, when you think about it, really, I mean, these games they actually go by pretty fast when they're playing.
Right.
These calls, I mean, the loss of yardage and a loss of, I mean, it all carries momentum and everything. I mean, what is that quote from Any Given Sunday? Every inch or every foot or what have you. It's all it's all important.
So football is a game of inches, something like that, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
But it's weird, like how much the refs can impact the game. Like you go back just to like Brady and the Raiders, that game, and then the Raiders never really recovered and just kind of went on that skid. Or I think it was the Rams and the Saints, right? Even that on that. Playoffs.
Whoa, bro, no,
but it goes both ways too. Because Goff,
was that in favor of the Rams?
Yeah.
No, I know. Yeah, I know those PI. But let me tell you this though. There was a call before that on Goff.
Yeah.
A face mask on Goff, and they didn't call that.
Yeah.
They didn't call that face mask on Goff.
You think they were trying to even it out?
I think they kind of like said, like, you know what, hey, we missed this one. We're gonna get it. We're gonna miss this one too, or mess it up, or what have you. And I think that's kind of what happened. I went to our favor, but we didn't do anything. Obviously, we played the Patriots, and it was like like a defensive game. It was one of the most boring Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But it's extra sour. Like if you're like in that situation, you're a Saints fan. And refs
right.
Get you out of that series, get you out of the playoffs. Your season ends because of a ref call. You know what I mean?
True. Totally.
Yeah, dude.
All right. What are you guys looking forward to this week 4?
So obviously we're looking forward to our Rams, right, DG? And I like
yes, sir.
I like how I'm not gonna pat myself on the back too much, but I kind of called that. I put that out in the atmosphere. I said Rams by 2, but they won it by 3, so I was pretty close.
Did we
I
talk
was
about the
close.
Rams Niners game?
Yes. Well, no, we haven't. But
Not yet.
but I'm talking about last podcast with me and you, Kamish.
Right. We didn't talk about that game
No, we haven't.
because it hadn't happened. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a forecast. It was a
It was a
forecast.
forecast.
It was it was my prediction. I mean,
Yeah,
I was terrible in the morning slate of games. I think I only got one game, which was
But you got that one right. Yeah.
I got the Ravens over the Cowboys, and I think I got the Eagles over the Saints. And then everything else is just like, but I did get the Rams over the Niners, and I called it by 2, but they won by 3, so I was pretty happy about that because that was a tough game to watch.
You're right. You had it within 3, right?
Within 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you made that prediction, I was like, Niners are gonna destroy them.
Hey, Commissioner. No lie. I think everybody expected that. You know, like
Yeah.
I was tuning in, but when they got out, you know, it was that first half was tough. But man, you gotta and Commissioner Corporal, we'll go back to you, but man, Stafford is a damn baller, dude, because he did not give up. He did not give up, and he kept on finding receivers and just delivering on these plays. He kept on giving it to Tutu Atwell and just running it. And dude, we won. I was like, yo, how did that happen? Like, that was not supposed to happen at all, you know? But I was super pumped. And yeah, I mean, Stafford, what a stud, what a baller, dude. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Corporal?
Yeah, those first 3 quarters were tough to watch, DG and Commish. I mean, that was rough. I was so upset. I was just like flipping back and forth, but I stuck with the game, obviously, because it's the game like I was focused on. But yeah, that was tough. And I think the momentum, the just like I said, like I told Commish last podcast, McVay is just too brilliant to lose that game. He's too brilliant. He's a beautiful mind. And so when he did the fake punt to Ronnie Rivers,
yep,
and they got the first down, game changer. That was a game changer. It was like, let's go. Like, we're not gonna wave the white flag. We're gonna win. Like, you're playing to win. At that point, it was like that was the turning point. Besides the win, I think that was a turning point to the momentum that's gonna carry them into Chicago this week. I think they're going to take it by 10 this week against Chicago. At Chicago, it's a difficult place to play because of the weather. I mean, we're going to have to wait and see how windy it's going to be, or if it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be snowing yet, but it's going to be windy. It's tough to play in Chicago. The Rams always have terrible games at Chicago and Green Bay, but I think this week they're going to take it by 10. I like Caleb, and I called it too. Where he's going to get his first touchdown. He scored 2, which is great. But Caleb's come into his own, but he's under too much pressure. I mean, the offensive line is not the same offensive line that the Bears had last year. He's constantly running for his life. He's still making rookie mistakes where he's gonna like just blindly throw the ball, kind of like a Will Levis, and Will Levis' second year, and he's doing this. He's doing the same thing. He's throwing interceptions because it's tough. It's tough. These guys. These guys on defense, they're just too fast for these guys that come out of college. They don't know what to expect, and that's why all these quarterbacks that come straight in and you're put in that spotlight. You're week 1. It's tough. It's tough to compete. It's tough to compete because these guys are faster on defense than they were in college. But going back to the Rams, yeah, it's just Stafford. I mean, he has taken so much punishment. Not only as a Ram, but as a Lion when he was with the Lions. Mm-hmm. But he stands in there in the pocket. He takes the punishment. It's just so impressive to watch some of his throws. I mean, those throws of Tutu Atwell were just like, man, Tutu Atwell, thank you for like the great hand. And it was Kyren Williams' show too. Kyren Williams has been like, hey, let's go. Me and Stafford, let's go. We're gonna take this team all the way. And Tutu Atwell was kind of like that unsung hero because you would have thought that it would have been the other receivers like Whittington or I forget the other gentleman's name. That's how like how many passes he even like got or even targeted for. It was all Tutu Atwell, Kyron Williams, and Stafford. It's crazy.
Yeah, Corporal, dude. So the weather in Chicago for this weekend is going to be 70 degrees. Should be good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's going to be a good. I think they're going to win by 2 touchdowns. You know,
I like it.
I feel like you said, momentum's on their side. You know, in the beginning of the season, I was like, you know what? Like we got Cooper Kupp back. You got Puka Nacua. You know, it's like we're gonna build off of last year. You know, those two guys are done. You know, who knows when they're coming back.
Well, sorry to interrupt, but Cooper Kupp is starting to practice again, so he might be back sooner than expected. So that's a good sign.
That's great. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
you get Cooper Kupp back, you have a chance, and I think they have the chance. I think that what they need to do is that there's such a need for a backup quarterback or a starting quarterback at this point. I mean, you see all these guys going down. We got Jimmy G.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I mean, they could ship off Jimmy G and get like a nice. I mean, a couple of the guys at work say they should get a nice offensive piece, but I'm the opposite. I'm like, dude, you guys need to get somebody on defense to help out Verse on the outside. You need that two-headed monster on defense to create pressure because Purdy had all day to throw. All day. It was frustrating in the fourth quarter when you thought like Purdy wasn't like they were gonna make the comeback and retake the lead. Oh man, it was so frustrating to watch that guy just with so much time in the pocket. He had so much time to move. He was moving from sideline to sideline. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was like nobody was in his face. Nobody was like up there. And I get it. Yes, he has Trent Williams. He has one of the best offensive lines of football. But man, that was just bad. You can't get that pressure on the quarterback. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. You need some defense. You need.
He wasn't
defense.
pulling the trigger.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good thing that a couple balls that he threw were dropped, so his receivers let him down too. And Jordan Mason is not much of a pass catching running back like McCaffrey. If McCaffrey was playing that game, they would have beat us totally. That's the game changer right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I going back to our defense, I think we're okay. But yeah, if we add another rushing piece, we would be up there with the elite defenses. Just because, yeah, you know what, like you said, Purdy did have a lot, you know, but his offensive line's great. You know, I'll give him the credit. But you know what? There was a couple plays that the Rams defense did break through and did take him down. So I'm like, okay, we're not like completely like bad, but yeah. As far as Jimmy G. Yeah, man. Why not? Yeah, let's look for a little, see who's willing to bargain, you know, and get yeah, like you said, either I would go for an offensive piece, you know, because I don't think even if Cooper Kupp comes back, I don't think he's going to be 100%. You know, I think we've seen the best of him. The little flashes we got game one gave us hope. We're like, oh man, this guy's back, but I don't think he's going to be 100% like how he was 3 years ago, you know. So yeah, I mean, I would say try to get another receiver. If running back, I think we're okay. But yeah, let's kick the tires on Jimmy G. You know, see if there's any takers out there. Why not?
I think it's funny because you said offensive piece. I'm thinking Devontae Adams. Imagine Devontae Adams with Matthew Stafford and the things they could like. There's so many. There's so much room for activities. I mean, Stafford's been like throwing him like underhand, like, and he's in a cat.
That's what Adams needs, dude. He's needed a quarterback since he's gotten to Vegas. You know, I get it.
I get it's like, yeah, total downgrade.
I get that he had that connection with
Rodgers.
No, with the Raiders quarterback that was traded.
Oh, with Derek Carr.
With Carr, because they went to school together, right?
Fresno State, yeah, Fresno State.
So, but I mean, dude, imagine putting him with Stafford. I think that would be pretty special, dude. And it kind of gives me goosebumps.
It does. It does. It gets a little tingly because
A little
he's
tingly.
an alpha. He's
Yeah.
an alpha receiver.
Yeah.
So I mean, Stafford loves on a deep ball. Imagine Adams just like he gets open. I think right now the whole thing with Adams. So he's out for Sunday's game
Mhm.
due to a hamstring injury. I just
Oh,
Oh, he went to the void again.
into the darkness. Yeah. So Devontae Adams is a really good receiver, dude. If the Rams get him, they'll be pretty awesome, dude. I think it would be good.
Do you think that the Rams defense is going to be able to contain Caleb Williams, or his mobility is going to be too much for them?
Nah, they'll be fine. Caleb Williams is mobile, but he's. I think our defense is going to be. Well, maybe I think we'll be okay. I'm over here all overconfident, like yeah, we got this.
We got this.
Yeah, and then
He's
we
gonna get
blown up.
concussed.
But dude, I don't know if you saw the game, but I mean the guy, he was a star at USC. Just like he just threw it out there, and he had somebody open. And I think that transition from college to NFL, it's been pretty. It's a big change for anybody, And yeah, he's definitely getting his troubles right now, with finding his rhythm. But yeah, I think he's a great player.
He's
He'll
starting
find.
to come into his own. He's going to come into his own.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you there, Corporal?
Yeah, I'm here. I think it is my internet. Sorry about that, guys.
I was asking DG how confident he was in the Rams defense to be able to deal with Caleb's mobility.
No, yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident. I mean, it's totally different playing style from Purdy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Purdy's more in the pocket. I get it, but I'm not too worried about Caleb. I'm not too worried about him just yet.
That's exactly what I said.
Like the Rams have had a tough schedule, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do against like a team like the Bears.
I feel like it should be a pretty even game. But I think like we've been saying, I think the momentum from last week is just going to carry through. And yeah, man, it'll be great if we get this win, go to and get our second win of the season, and just keep building. Like just beat the teams that we should be beating. Like I said last week, I don't think anybody expected us to win. We got it. Hey, awesome. But yeah, I expect a W from them tomorrow, Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can find the odds.
Yeah, that win definitely hopefully carries momentum, and it's if they make a run, it's because of that win. That's the turning point.
Oh, so the odds are kind of even, -110 for both.
Oh,
what's the over under?
What's
the spread?
Over is a 40.
So 40 high scoring.
40.5, and then under is 40.5.
Yeah.
So over 40 points.
Yeah.
And they're both at -10, or they have the Rams at least +3 and the Bears -3. So like they're kind of expecting a little edge to the Bears, I guess.
I could see a Kyren Williams game. They're definitely going to run the ball. Yeah.
But teams have been running a lot more this season.
Touchdowns. Yeah, he's been running a lot more. Yeah, big time.
It says this line opened at Bears -1 and has since moved to where the Rams will be catching a full field goal heading into Soldier Field on Sunday. I don't know about you, but I'd ride into Mordor with Sean McVay. Did you write this? Did you guys write this?
It was Corporal.
But I'd ride into Mordor with Sean McVay if he has a field goal in his pocket. The coach-quarterback duo of McVay and Matthew Stafford gives me confidence that they can head into Chicago and take on a still developing Bears team and cover, if not win outright. Yes, the defense has struggled to find its footing, but the Chicago offense has struggled mightily this season as well. As a club, the Bears have just 3 offensive touchdowns through 3 weeks, which is tied for the fewest in the NFL. If those growing pains continue in this game, we'll be happy to have a field goal cushion. That's Tyler Sullivan for CBS.
I love it. Love it.
That kind of sounds like what you guys were saying. It's kind of in line with that, right?
He said a little bit more fancier, but yeah.
He's a good writer, I see.
Yeah, he's a writer for a reason. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we're here. I'm here talking on a microphone. Yeah.
You guys are just like, I'm confident.
That's why,
Hey, we both-
that's why I haven't quit my day job. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about this? I'm confident.
We got this.
We good to go.
We're gonna crush them.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Commish, you know,
Yeah.
you're a Packers fan, you know, and I see that they're 2-1 right now.
Yeah.
How are they? You know, have you caught a game? What are your thoughts on them so far?
You know, I haven't been able to watch them at all. Like,
Okay.
I haven't been able to watch a lot of football, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm able to catch a little bit of the 1:00 games,
Okay.
and then Sunday night football I can usually catch,
All
and
right.
then that's about it. But so I haven't been able to watch them, and they're usually not on local. They used to be back in the day. They used to be on all the like Fox would show them a lot. Now they're not really on the local channels anymore.
When Favre was the
Yeah, when Fire was there, they would show him all
There,
the time.
yeah.
And even with Rogers, when it was kind of Rogers' prime, they would show him a lot of times.
yeah.
But now they're kind of relegating them, the Packers, to like the time slots nobody wants, I guess.
Especially because it was Malik Willis starting quarterback, but man, he's that's just good coaching. LaFleur always has a way to win with these quarterbacks. I mean, Jordan Love was a big unknown, and look at him now. I mean, he's a top name. He got paid. Everybody's saying that Malik Willis is like the next guy, where it's like he's kind of trade bait at this point. It's like somebody's gonna try to go out and grab him. I mean, if he's played really, really well.
Where do you think he might land?
That's
Miami.
that's the $1 million question.
Miami, yeah.
I mean,
I was
Miami is like,
That's a good answer.
or the Chargers.
No,
Herbert's always
come
elusive.
on. I like Herbert, bro. Not because I have him in my fantasy team. I don't even use him. But the guy, I mean, this year he's been okay. But last season he was throwing that ball out there, you know, just making plays. So I don't know. I hope he does. And his coach is a Harbaugh. So I mean, you know, let's see what they do this season. You know.
Yeah, so I think the CBS guy's picking the Packers to beat the Vikings here.
Really?
Yeah, it says this is one of the games of the week. The Vikings are 3-0 and riding high, while the Packers are 2-1 and have won 2 games with Malik Willis, what Brian was saying, playing quarterback. That's because the defense has been outstanding. Same for the Vikings. That means that this should be a low-scoring game. Packers take it. I don't like watching low-scoring games.
You're like, give me the high-scoring games,
Give me the
video
games.
Mean, yeah, I'm with you, Commissioner, because we play fantasy, but I'm not gonna lie. I like defense. I like watching these guys on defense.
You like the defense? You like a good defensive game?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it should be a good game because like the Vikings are undefeated. Packers 2-1. And I think overall it's just been a pretty good rivalry for a long time now.
Yeah,
the
for a long time.
Yeah.
Those what's that region called? Like Midwesterners, right?
Up there.
Like right there. They're like neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like LA, San Francisco almost.
Correct. Kind of.
But different states.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. You know, San Francisco's in a different state. We don't even know them.
But I could see how if I was in Wisconsin, I would hate Minnesota, and vice versa. If I was in Minnesota, I'd probably hate people from Wisconsin. Maybe.
Dude, we hate people from San Francisco and San Diego when it comes to baseball. So
yeah,
you know,
it's just like you're not here. So
or I don't know if you've seen those memes like where it's like a hardcore Dodger fan, but who's also a hardcore Niners fan.
Oh, I saw that guy. Yeah, that guy
like,
makes no sense. I don't
know.
know.
And people are like, "Bro, come on, really? Like,
yeah,
you can't do that."
No, that's not how this works.
But there's a ton of people like that, though.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, I guess
Well,
you're
your
weird.
buddy Jimmy,
What? What about him?
buddy Jimmy, is it? He used to, at least he used to be a 49ers. Now he joined the Rams. I guess he's good
Oh,
now. He's made it
oh,
square.
hey, you know what? That's his past, bro. You know, I'll
That's what I
accept
heard.
that.
I heard he was a 49ers fan before,
He
but
probably
now he's a
was.
Rams fan. So now he's squared away, I guess,
You
with
know
the
what?
LA.
Yeah, it's because we didn't have the Rams here, you know. So
Uh,
he had to pick a squad, you know. He
yeah.
happened to pick the Niners, you know, but
Yeah.
but
While the corporal rejoins us, is there anything you're looking forward to about the NBA season coming up?
dude, so I just saw this blockbuster trade. Let me tell you who it was. It's Carl Anthony Towns. He's a player he played in Minnesota. He's going to the Knicks. He was traded to the Knicks. The Timberwolves are receiving an ex Laker, Julius Randle. I don't know if you remember.
Oh
him.
yeah, I remember him.
Okay,
That's when
forward.
they had that young squad.
Yeah,
youngsters.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was, oh my gosh. Well, yeah, young cats. They all got traded for LeBron
Yeah.
and Anthony Davis,
Yeah.
and Dante DiVincenzo and a first round pick. That's the three players that the Timberwolves are getting. But yeah, Carl Anthony Towns, tall guy, center, could shoot it.
The Lakers got him.
No, the Knicks got him.
Oh, the Knicks got him.
Yeah, so it's a big blockbuster trade just because
Yeah.
Towns is he's still young, you know, and you know he's a 7-footer who could dribble, shoot, you know, pretty, you know, good, well-rounded player. He's not fast, but you know, he's got
Big
height.
guy.
So yeah. So I saw that, I was like, oh, that's crazy. The other thing I saw yesterday was that Derrick Rose retired from the NBA.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
So,
I heard about that.
I mean, I know he was in the league for like, I don't know, like 10, like 15 years or something, you know,
Yeah.
for the longest time. Prime Rose, we should all tell our kids about him because that guy was amazing, dude. He was just jumping out of the stadiums, dude. Like it was like he would attack that basket so aggressively, dude, that it was fun. It was fun to watch him. I don't know if you ever saw a game of his, but he was very entertaining.
Yeah, I have some Derrick Rose shoes.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I have like a little big bright yellow ones.
Because the Laker color, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go with that.
Yeah, man. Derrick Rose. Yeah, I know after he always had knee problems, so he had surgeries on one and then the other, and then he just never fully recovered. But he did have a game where he dropped 50 not so long ago, where he was, you're like, whoa, like this guy still got it,
Right.
But that was his last hurrah.
And it must have been tough for him because he started with Chicago, didn't he?
Yeah.
So like when you start with Chicago, you have
homegrown.
That kind of like Michael Jordan, your expectations,
Oh yeah, dude, and he's from the area, so like that was his that's where he wanted to play,
Yeah.
I saw a little snippet. I don't know if it was ESPN, but when he got traded to the Knicks, that was the first team he got traded to after Chicago. He got emotional, and he was like, like, well, what's going on? Like, I can't believe that I got traded, and you could tell he really wanted to stay in Chicago, So, but hey, it's business,
Yeah. Even Jordan didn't finish there.
Exactly, dude. Brett Favre ended up like with the Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota, that's right.
Yeah, so it's like these guys don't end up where it's rare they end up.
Joe Montana ended up in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah,
like
right.
These like franchise guys you think of, but they finish the last year or two.
Yeah,
somewhere else.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I mean, right now I'm 1,000% football. And baseball's like, oh, okay, it's in my year, it's in my other year, but basketball's still a couple months away. So, well, actually, no,
it's like 2 weeks away, isn't it?
The preseason, right? Because I think the season starts in November. So
it starts in November. I didn't know that.
I thought it did.
NBA season. Let me see.
Over. Yeah. So
October 22nd.
Oh, okay, towards the end of the month.
Because there's that 1 week where all the big leagues.
Oh, that's right. There's postseason baseball.
Yeah.
NFL and basketball. Yeah.
I think also some NHL. Let me see. NHL.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, there's like 3 weeks where it's like madness.
Yeah, October 8th. So hockey starts October 8th, which
Oh man,
so yeah, that month is just crazy with sports.
oh man, and it's Halloween. All the kids
Halloween,
they're all jacked up on sugar, and
candy apples.
so yeah, I haven't. It's still not on my radar. I did see a couple things here and there, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, just that, like you said, October where there's just sports nonstop. It's like it's heaven.
I think we talked about this on another podcast where like you get all the sports, and back in the day, I guess you still have it now, but back in the day for me, you would get all the sports plus you would get the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror.
Oh, I know, right?
So it was just like, oh, this month was just the best. But every so often, you would when Fox had baseball, they would just like preempt the Simpsons, so they wouldn't show that the Simpsons episodes, and you would have to watch the Halloween show like sometime in November or something.
Oh man, they would push it that far back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that sucks.
Because you would have baseball games, so you have to show the baseball games. Yeah.
Yeah, Fox has to show. They have that big contract, so they have to show all these postseason games and the World Series. So, but that's awesome. Hey, Commissioner, I was gonna. All right, Corporal, right on. I was just gonna ask a really crucial question. You guys ready for this?
Yes.
All right. There's a bunch of Owen teams: the Jaguars, the Titans, and surprisingly the Bengals. Who do you guys think is going to win this weekend?
I got. If I had to put my money on it, the Bengals, no doubt. They have to win a game. They came so close against Washington, but they just can't. They couldn't hold Jaden Daniels, but the Bengals, they're too good to stay Owen. That's my opinion.
Okay. Commissioner, you're on mute, bro.
Give me the teams again.
We got the Jaguars, the Titans, and the Bengals.
So which one gets that win?
Gets their first win this week. Yeah.
Oh.
Boom. Throw it.
It has to be the Bengals. I think I got to go with Corporal. I mean, that's the obvious one. I feel like they're finally due. I think they're a better team than their record would show.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so it's got to be the Bengals. The other two, to me, are just a trash can on fire.
No, I think that. Hear me out. I think the Titans are they're not. I don't think they're playing up to their potential. The Jaguars, they're a complete mess. They're lost. Like I don't know what that franchise is doing. I hear there's turmoil everywhere. So I don't know. What do you think, Corporal? Are the Titans on the cusp, like I'm saying, or? Nah?
But what do you like? Hold on. What do you like the Titans? Did you just? What about them? Like, kind of gives you that little.
They have an okay deep. They're kind of like the Rams. Hear me out. They're kind of like the Rams. They have an all right defense. They have an all right running back. The quarterback just seems to mess up every week, though. So they don't have the best quarterback. But you know what? If they somehow manage to get that all lined up, they could get a couple of W's, man. That's my thought.
Yeah, DG, right. You're spot on because they have such good trench game. They have good defensive line. They have a good offensive line. It's just Will Levis keeps throwing to the other team. That's plain and simple. That's the reason why they're losing so many of these games. These games have been close too. They haven't gotten blown out. They have a really nice defense. They have a good offensive line. They have Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears. They have Luke Hopkins. They have Calvin Ridley. Chigo Okonkwo could catch a touchdown every now and then too.
Yeah,
they have a solid team. I just feel like they don't have a quarterback. They're that step away. They don't owe Levis anything. So look for them, if anything, to draft a quarterback next year, and that's gonna be a team to look out for next year.
Yeah. All right, so you guys pick the Bengals. I'll pick the Titans.
And you take the Titans, all right?
Yeah.
Let's write that one down. We'll see next time.
Yeah, we're writing it down. Yeah.
I'll write it down right here on my notes. DG wins.
Did you?
And good win, by the way. Good win, by the way.
You know what? You're right. We haven't talked about
fantasy
football. DG, you are they call us village champion. You took me out, took the Corporal out.
Yes.
That's
Yes, losers. Look, I'll be honest with you guys. Look, I got really lucky. You guys have really good teams. It's just I keep on catching you guys on really bad weeks.
Yeah.
So
I've had a
No,
skid.
yeah,
I've gone on a 2-week
that's
skid
just the
now.
way it is. Yeah, totally. I mean, that's just the
And-
way it is.
yeah,
I mean, Allen went off for you, so that was solid.
yeah, and like I lost Pacheco. I lost my tight end as well. So we're all hurting, but yeah, somehow my backups are just picking it up. And yeah, my saving grace is Allen, because he's just balling out of control. He's going nuts, So sorry I had to do you guys dirty like that, but I want to
you, I think.
I want to get that belt, and I want to keep the villain's title.
There we go.
Well, I don't even have it, but somebody's got to have it.
We'll get. I think we play each other 2 times a season. I think so.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I was looking at my schedule. I only play another Alvaro only once this season, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
because it's an uneven number of
oh,
games.
You're right. Yeah.
So I think I want to say that's 13 games.
13, and then the
and then the playoffs.
our
So like
playoff.
seven of us, you would only play once, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
How
do you guys feel about your team? Hurting and just kind of this week's matchup.
I feel confident this week. I feel confident, more confident than last week. Last week I thought Kyler was gonna have a bigger game, but he didn't. He had a decent game.
Yeah.
But it's just Miami. My Miami guys, they've been ever since Tua went out. It's tough having Tyreek Hill, and Achan's been pretty solid. But I'm still riding with Achan. Achan is like the guy that I can't bench. I actually benched Tyreek Hill this week for Malik Neighbors.
Okay.
So far, I'm pretty glad that I did that. He scored. I mean, we do standard scoring, so he scored me 11 points.
Yeah,
but it's better than 0 or single digits. So I'll take it at this point.
Yeah, I think I'm still just going with the same team I drafted. Which at a certain point, it's kind of make or break, and I have to decide. All right, I got to switch it up. Start hitting that waiver wire, or just keep driving forward. So right now, I'm just still spinning the wheels to see if I get out of this hole.
Yeah. I mean, it's week 4. We're a month into it. My opponent is Juanito, who I feel confident, but every time I play him, I lose. I don't know why. So I'm like, okay. I need
Even last season,
dude. Yeah, and his team was crap, and I was like, dude, how do I lose to him? So I don't want to put a blemish on my record just yet. So I need to hit the waiver wire and see what's out there.
Yeah, there's certain, for whatever reason, there's certain guys in the league that can always have your number. Like John always beats me.
Always beats you.
He'll be playing 5 games really crappy, like barely scoring 50, 60 points, and all of a sudden he plays me.
Yeah,
and he's like some sort of fantasy football genius all of a sudden.
The guru.
Yeah. So there's certain guys for sure.
Question for you guys: are you guys catching any college football games tomorrow?
Yeah, let's go with that Penn State USC at the Coliseum.
Right?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Penn State's making that cross country trip, so we'll see how that goes. USC's got to win. They came so close against Michigan.
So
close. It was frustrating because that first half, that defense looked like last year's defense for USC. They couldn't make a tackle, and they left the door open for Michigan. They should have won that game, but it is what it is. You go up there, they're at home. It's a tough place to play in.
Very loud, yeah.
Very loud, yeah. So we'll see how they do this week against Penn State. The spotlight's gonna be on USC, so I'm on Penn State too.
Yeah, big game. Last week's game, like you said, Corporal, man, it's a game of momentum, And Michigan had all the momentum that first half, but that second half, the Trojans definitely found their groove, And if they could have just held that, that defense could have just held a little bit longer, they would have got it. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. But honestly, I thought USC was going to lose by more. because I was like, oh, hostile environment. I don't know, but man, it sucks when they lose that close by that margin. So and for tomorrow, yeah, I think we're gonna win. It's gonna be close again, but definitely by a touchdown.
That's good. Yeah, I usually just scroll through the whole Saturday, whichever.
Okay.
Watch a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I'm the same way because I don't like watching commercials, so I'll just keep scrolling too. Yeah, I just can't stand watching commercials. Yeah.
And then, some games will be a little more exciting than others, and then you'll switch back and forth. There's so many on Saturday. There's so many games.
All day, baby.
All day. It's just like NFL. Yeah, it's all day. But college is so many more schools.
Yep.
Yeah.
So many more conferences and schools, and it's just like there must be like I'm gonna say like 100 games or something.
Has to be.
Yeah. I think another good game tomorrow is number 2 Georgia against number 4 Alabama. So top 2 schools going at it. It's going to be in Alabama, so something to look for. Number 1 Texas against MS State. That should probably be a blowout. MS State's not even ranked. So, but another one, Oregon, number 8 Oregon against UCLA.
Oh, that should be good.
Oh, there you go.
That's always kind of like a fun game to watch, So yeah.
West Coast.
Yeah, Oregon's undefeated, and the Bruins are 1-2. So definitely a rebuild year for UCLA. But who knows? They might pull off that W.
It's kind of crazy how college football, like certain places are just powerhouses, like Alabama. Like you don't really think about like big market teams. There's nothing really there. But when it comes to college, they're just monsters.
Oregon too.
Yeah. Those fans in the South, they're passionate. They're really passionate about their college football.
Yeah, they're just so dominant. Like
it's in the water, Commission.
It's in the water over there. Yeah, you got they don't got a big market team, so I think kind of like how we used to be, where we didn't have a football team, so everything was just on USD.
Yeah,
maybe all the focus now that the Rams are there and the Chargers are here. Maybe that's why the USC isn't so good anymore.
It's taking a step back. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's also about recruiting. These schools who, if they got like a awesome couple 4 classes, coming out of high school that they know that they're going to secure. That that's what brings in the eyes, the money into these games, But yeah, if you don't have a good recruiting class, then man, nobody's going to watch those games. It's all about winning.
And now more than ever, the NIL. So a lot of these guys are getting paid. I mean, did you guys see that whole thing with the quarterback from UNLV?
Yeah,
he was like, "I'm out of here. Like, you guys aren't gonna give my money. I'm out of here." That's crazy. Wow. So they're like talking about how the NCAA should kind of step in, have a collective bargaining agreement. Like, it's crazy. It is the Wild West.
Can you say what happened? What was that story, Brian?
So I'm gonna summarize a little bit.
Yeah, just paraphrase it.
So yeah, kind of paraphrase from what I've seen and heard was that this quarterback was there at UNLV, and obviously he's the starting quarterback, but he pretty much just is dipping out because I guess they were supposed to pay him a certain amount of money or what have you, and they didn't keep their promise, the university. Wow. So he's like, "Well, I'm not playing. Yeah, if you're not going to pay me what I was expecting, I'm out." And that's crazy. That's unheard of in college sports.
It's different now. Yeah,
it's different now.
And what DG was saying about recruiting, like when you watch documentaries, it's like sports documentaries or 30 for 30 stuff like that. There's always that little vignette or little story, the piece of the story where the coach goes to the guy's house, and his family just is in awe of wow, this guy's at my house. Usually the coaches are huge in college football. They're big names, and they come down to your little town or whatever, meet your family.
It's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
I like how you brought that up, Kamish, because there's that Aaron Hernandez that more like a dramatization on FX. Oh, yeah. It's on Hulu, and it's pretty good. It's like how Urban Meyer went and persuaded his dad had already passed away because his dad wanted him to play for UConn because his dad played for UConn, and his older brother was the quarterback at UConn when Hernandez was supposed to commit. So he committed to UConn, but then he got persuaded. Urban Meyer persuaded his mom to play at Florida, and he gave him the whole spiel, "Oh, I'm gonna take care of your son," and your son's in good hands and what have you. And he gets there, and it's like, nah, like you're just one of the other guys now. It's like get in there and you got to work your butt off to get on the starting roster.
Yes. Circling back to the this young guy from UNLV, his name's Matthew Sluka, and it was agreed that there was an agreement that he would receive $100K from the university. So I mean, these things are turning into business decisions, business moves, you know.
Big time.
And it seems they said from CBS Sports reports that he only received $3,000 like for his housing and things like that. So I mean, I don't want to say it's right. I don't want to say it's wrong, but I mean, if you agreed upon X amount and you're only getting this, I mean, I would be like, well, what's going on? You know, like, and yeah, the homeboy dipped. You know, he's like,
he's gonna take his talent somewhere else.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what's happening.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. It's kind of like in Mr. Deeds. Remember when he's like, hey, you know, if you don't give my money, you can. And then there's ladies in the room. And remember that's a good scene. That's a good scene.
But, I mean, that you're right. It's a business decision, and especially at that age, like time is money because you know the eligibility goes quick and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
So he's got to get paid. If they promised him $100K, pay him $100K. They're probably going to make more if he's any good. If he must have been good if they promised him that much.
And especially if they go to a bowl game, they get money off of that too. So you got to think about it. The school does get their money back in a way.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it's a tragedy the way like Johnny Football, the money that school made off of him, and he couldn't do anything. He would get in trouble for signing these autographs. Like, I mean, I'm glad that these kids are getting paid now.
Me too. Big time. Yeah.
I saw this meme real quickly that it said that if what's his the quarterback from Colorado State, Brian, remind me.
Colorado State. Oh, you mean Colorado, the Buffaloes with Deion
Buffaloes.
Sanders? Yeah. Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is more popular than Johnny Football, and somebody pointed out that Johnny Football brought in so much money into his university that they built that stadium off of his his like what the revenue that came
that Texas A&M collected. They pretty much built a palace.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. Yeah.
And so I was like, well, that pretty much settles that argument. Yeah. You know, like I saw the game Colorado that they won in overtime.
Great game.
Super entertaining.
Yeah, it was a very good game.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm just like,
I'm not a fan either. Yeah, I'm a casual, but man, I was watching that game. That was a good game.
Yeah, it came down to the ending. The ending. The last 5 minutes were the best. You know.
Yes.
But yeah, I was just like, man, Johnny Football was on a different level. You know.
Yeah.
They also said, like, you know, they beat Alabama, and they were like, yeah, this guy was probably like on a 2-day bender, you know, like, and he just showed up, padded up, and he's all like, all right, let's go get this W.
But you guys forget he had Mike Evans as his top target.
Oh yeah,
that's why he was so good. Yeah. Mike Evans, he just makes everybody look good. He's making Baker Mayfield look good.
That's true. That height, man. That height and just that wingspan.
Yeah. He just got to stay healthy. That's the problem with Mike Evans' career is he hasn't been healthy. He's a Hall of Famer for sure, though.
Yeah.
I think he's up there in the stats, like high stats, but it's just his health has been a constant. Every season, he's constantly injured. He has a Super Bowl, too, thanks to Brady, so you can't keep him out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to land this bird?
Yeah, I'm sorry for my internet. I got to do a better job next time. I guess I thought that my laptop was gonna auto connect. Like I said, I'm not tech savvy, so I went into the 5G internet instead, and now it's comparative. 5 is better than 2, so yeah. And that's why. And that's why I didn't go to university, and that's why I don't really watch college football. And I play Colin Villains.
Corporal, I know a guy in IT. I'll set you up, bro.
Oh, thank you, brother. Is that the same guy who gave me this laptop?
Yeah. Oh damn it, we're screwed.
Just kidding. That was
Nah, we're good. We're good.
my error. Yeah,
Right.
User error. It was user error.
yeah, big time.
Man. All right, give us your hot take, DG.
Oh man, hot take. Well, man, look, I'm just gonna say this. Rams are gonna beat the Bears, and Dodgers are just gonna win the World Series. I don't care, and I'm gonna beat JG in my fantasy football.
Ooh,
That's it. That's all I got. Out.
Let's go.
drop those bombs. What do you got, Corporal? And
Yeah, like I said,
give us your hot take and then send us out.
Like I said, Dodgers Astros 7 years later. Let's go. This time it's a different team. We got Ohtani,
Yeah,
best player in the planet.
we got an
Oh
Ohtani.
yeah, and thank you, DG, for doing that. If please, a public service announcement to all the football fans here in LA. If you're wearing a Niners jersey and a Dodgers cap, you are the definition of an oxymoron. Okay, oxymoron. You don't do that. You must be a trans fan or something. You're confused. You must be confused because when you're wearing a Dodger cap and you're wearing a 49er jersey and you say beat LA, you obviously are like totally lost. Like you're a moron. You're an oxymoron. That's what you are. And I'm not here. I guess I'm here to get canceled and I don't care. And that's what cause villains.
Yeah, if you're wearing a San Francisco jersey, stop.
Just stop.
Just stop.
Like that Jordan weave.
I'm gonna turn off this laptop right now because it's like, just stop.
Just stop.
All right. And
Stop
I guess with
it.
that,
Find
we'll
some
stop.
help.
Find some help.
Find some help.
All right, fellas. Thank you for joining us. Join us next time. Peace.